Now that the class is being recorded, the topic that I will cover today is known as discussable views. So this is particularly important for your preparation in the writing subtest of the IELTS. So first of all, let's talk about the writing subtest. Okay? How among you guys have tried taking IELTS before? Okay. What was your writing score back then? 3.0. So let me give you an idea how to get that band score. 4.5, sabi ni sir. And I was wondering, I haven't encountered anyone who got a score lower than 4 in writing. No matter how much you want to get a band lower than 4. Wala pa ako na-encounter. So, getting a 4.5 in writing means you need to do the bare minimum. Basically, just have to write your name, put 2 paragraphs, and that's it. That is how to get 4.5. So, the name of our company is 9.09 because this is the best place if you want to get the perfect score in the IELTS. Listening, reading, speaking, writing is a band score that is very difficult to achieve in writing. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would take a lot more than effort for you to get a band of 9.0 in writing. So you have to put all those needed requirements all together. You need an ounce of luck as well. So that is how to get a 9. Just to share, more than 7,500 students became under my tutelage. So I've already coached more than 7,500 students worldwide. Sadly, there were only 2 people who got 8 in writing. No one even got past that. So see, for someone to get an 8, the chances are pretty low. In this branch alone, this is 2 in 7,500, and that is for a span of 8 years. So in some years, we don't see people getting an 8. Actually, the time when those 2 candidates got an 8, they got those scores on the same year, 2021. So from 2016 until 2020, none of my students got an 8. 2022 to 2024, no one has got that score or even past that. Our president and CEO, Sir Irvin, he took the examination 3 times. Ginagawa niyang hobby, pagtitik na exam. Anong ginagawa niya? Pagtitik na exam. For all those times he took the test, as expected, he got the perfect score in all band score, in all subtests. Listening, reading, speaking, he got 9. But in writing, the highest score he got was 8.5. 0.5 score short of getting it. I'm just trying to give you an idea how difficult it is to get a 9, but it's not impossible because 3 of our former students got a 9. And they are now part of the IELTS teaching pool at 9.09. Sir Brian Martin Chosen got a 9. Ma'am Glenn Nivera got a 9. And my mentor, Ma'am Faith Surkina, got a 9. So, if this branch alone hosted more than 7,500 students, we're looking at roughly 6 digits number. Only 3 people for the entire span of 1.5 decade long dominance of Niner. Only were we able to see 3 students who got themselves in. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of candidates here. So ganun pong kababa ang chance na makuha. So I'm not discouraging you. Because if this is the instruction you will encounter, yung dalawa kong naka-8, ito po yung kanilang na-encounter na question. Dalawa sa tatlong naka-9, discuss both this po yung tanong. So for us, coaches, this is perhaps the easiest among the 5 instructions out there. The easiest. So we have agree, disagree, we have discuss both views, we have open-ended, we have to what extent do you agree or disagree, we have the do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. We have 5 known classifications, instructions. The most difficult being the latter 2. Do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? And to what extent do you agree or disagree? Since for those 2 instructions, you have to use a specialized way of arranging your ideas. So for coherence and cohesion, this will definitely require a lot of your specialized skills in arranging your thoughts into logical process ideas. But discuss both views. So I've mentioned this is my favorite. Love it. Easy, yeah. Out of the 5 instructions. So agree, disagree would perhaps give you an overall idea of what a writing task 2 is. But this one, it gives us an understanding of how easy IELTS writing could be. This is easy. I'm going to tell you again and again, this is the easiest out of the 5. Okay? So, in writing, oh, by the way, in IELTS, regardless of whether you will take academic or general training, there are 4 subtests you have to undergo. You have the listening, reading, and writing, also known as the written component of the test. And you have speaking as your interview. Are you guys getting the picture? You book your exams, for example, on March 9, Saturday. That means your listening, reading, and writing would be on that same day. But your speaking test would be scheduled before your written test happens, during the day of your written test, or perhaps the day after that. That's why, pag nag-exam po sa amin, tapos Saturday po yung date, may exam pa ng speaking ng linggo. So it is up to the candidate whether which date he or she would want his or her speaking exam to fall into. Kayo po ang may decision kung ano po ang gusto niyo take ng speaking. But your writing component, your written component, listening, reading, writing would be fixed. That is on the specific date that we chose. So listening comes first. Reading happens afterwards. And writing is the last exam in the IELTS. You see, many people would agree with this claim. IELTS is the most difficult exam among the other English tests. Many people would claim that. Some would even boldly state that, hey, IELTS is actually much more difficult than my board exam questions. They would state that. You know why? It's because the arrangement of IELTS exam sucks. That's true. Want to know why again? It's because they put the most difficult part of the test on the last portion. Imagine this. Boys. Boys, sino may mga asawa na dito? Naglalaba kayo? Boys, naglalaba tayo, di ba? Naglalaba ka. Tapos yung asawa mo, lagay pa ng lagay. Huh? Tapos tapos ka na. Tatapos ka mga 3:30 na ng hapon. Tapos sabi ng asawa mo, oh, Han, ito pa pala isang banyerang mga pantalon. Kasi yung una mong mga nilaban, mga tank tops, shirts, silk. Ang dali lang kusutin. Tapos may mga jeans pa pala. Tapos mo dyan, kasi task 1 pa lang yan eh. Iti task 2. Mga comforter. So yun po yung idea. Sino nag-gym? Sa mga nag-gym. Nag-gym ako. Oh. Sabi ng coach natin, bakit daw hinuhuli yung cardio? Sa pag inuuna mo yung cardio, hirap na hirap ka ng bumuha. That's the point. Kasi nagluluto. Okay, marami tayong sample para makarelate kayo lahat. Isa, tatlong. Hindi na pa makipag-wali sa asawa mo. Ikaw naglaro, ikaw nagluluto. Joke lang. Okay. Kaya mo sir, makapunta ka na ng UK. Maiisip na asawa mo lahat ng ginagawa para sa kanila. Ikaw na ang haligi, ikaw pa ang ilaw. Kami dyan na rito ng lahat. Kasi nagluluto. Narasyon na magluto sa handaan. Sa handaan. Hirap, di ba? Anong ginagawa natin pag handaan? Katay. Tapos, habang ginagayak mo yung mga ingredients, na kasi hindi naiisip nung iba eh. Alam lang nila, kumain ng lumpia. Hindi naiisip, hirap namin eh. Tapos, pinapalambutan mo na yung mga karne. Nagigets yun? Kasi mamaya, pagsasama-samahan mo lang, mas madali yung task. Kaya mas madali si PTE, kaya mas madali si OET. Kasi yun yung idea niya. Nilagay niya yung writing, nilagay niya yung speaking sa pinaka-umpisa. Para mamaya, madaling-madali na lang yung ibang test. Kasi IELTS, anong ginawa niya? Nilagay niya yung mga karne, napapalambutin, sa bandang hapon. No? Kung kailan pagod na pagod ka na, kung kailan antok na antok ka na, meron pa palang mahirap na exam na paparating. That is why, among the other English exams out there, IELTS is the most difficult. Not because writing is difficult. Let me tell you a secret. PTE's writing is the same as IELTS writing. They don't have a difference at all. The only difference is even crazier if you think about it. Yung PTE writing, they have to generate 200 words in 20 minutes with the same metrics as IELTS. That makes the test even more difficult for them. But because you put it in the beginning, you have more energy to spend. Hindi ka pa pagod sa reading, hindi ka pa nalilito sa listening, hindi ka pa hilo. Pagdating mo kasi sa writing sa IELTS, pagod ka na, yung stamina mo, test taking stamina mo, ubus na. That is why we recommend practicing mock. And what the heck is mock? Mock gives you this overall experience of what the exam is going to be. How it will happen. The same way as the actual test. You will do listening practice, No break in between, reading afterwards, no break once again, and then writing. So that you're not just practicing the exam under its same level of difficulty, you're actually undergoing a scenario that is closely similar to the real thing. And only 9.09er has that. Why? Bakit na naman kami lang? So we spent roughly 3 million pesos just to bring you this computer testing center. Kung nga, 10 taon pa kami mag-enroll dyan. Return of investment. But why? Why did we even import the software that the British Council and IDP specifically use? Yung parang 100,000 na mahigit. Hindi mo pwedeng kayaan yun. This British Council will check whether each of your PCs have a malware. So we have to import it all the way from the UK. Just for our students to experience an exam that is very close to the real thing. So ang ginagawa niyo? Ethics. Bentot ng exam. Come on, guys. I want you to take this exam the last time. I don't want to see any of your faces again. Come in here, spend 2 to 3 months, get out, get the hell out of this shitty country. You're a nurse, you're underpaid, overworked, and being exploited by your seniors. Anong kinabukasan dito? Meron na tayo dito, nurse 4 na sa DOH. Nasa 65,000 yung sahod mo. Sabi na naman, ba't magkakanada ka? Sa 200,000 sahod mo. Number 1. Number 2, may snow doon. May snow ba dito? Wala. Okay? Number 3, so pag nasa Canada ako, naingit yung mga kapitbahay ko sa akin. Yun, gawin yung motivation. Ito yun. Oh, mga kapitbahay natin, laging sinasabi, oh, ano mararating na buhay yun, ganyan, ganyan. Oh, ano ka ngayon? Nasa Canada ako. But all begins this exam. IELTS. Pusin mo lang to, seryosohin mo lang to muna. Tapos, pagtapos na, forget that this even existed. Nagkasalubong tayo, halimbawa, after 10 years, nagbakasyon ako sa Belgium, nandun ka rin, kung pansinin, hindi tayo kakilala. No? Napansinan. Tapos na, nakuha mo na yung gusto mo eh. Diba? Sabi ko sa mga estudyante ko, guys, yun lang relationship natin dito. When you get what you need, get out. That's it. No, you don't even have to remember the face of your classmates. Do this for yourself. Do this for your own good, for your sake. You need this more than anyone. There are people who are counting. I'm not putting pressure on. There are people who are counting on you. Don't let yourself down. Kaya mo eh. Kaya mo sa totoo. Kaya mo mag-writing na makakakuha ka ng 6.5 pataas. Kaya mo mag-speaking na makakakuha ng 7 pataas. Listen, kaya mo i-perfect it. You know who's preventing you from getting those scores? Not me. Not their parents. It's you. Procrastination, lack of effort, lack of compassion, lack of passion. There's no resolve. No, show us how bad you want this. How bad you want to pass IELTS. You should be hungry for this because once you do, you can get the score you need, and then you can forget that this phase of your life even existed. So writing is going to be one hell of a blockade. Marathon ka, tapos sa dulo, bakit biglang naging obstacle course na? Yung po si writing. Are you imagining that? Can you imagine that? Tatakbo lang ako dapat. Tapos bakit kailangan ko na tumalon? Habang paparating ako sa finish na. That's what writing is. Tell yourself this. Writing is difficult. It's not going to be easy. I can make a promise. You know what? Writing is going to be easy. I can make a promise. But it's far from the truth. It's not going to happen. Simply, not going to happen. It will never be easy. Writing will always be difficult. So that is the first idea you have to acquaint yourself with. Pinapayak na naman si Flower sa kabila. So the topics in writing do not require you to be a specialist. So this is not a specialized exam. Compared to OET. Are you guys familiar with OET? OET is what we refer to as the occupational English test. So this is very specific for the type of job you're applying for. For example, I'm a nurse and I'm planning to go to the UK. Instead of taking IELTS, I could take OET, which is much more specified for my career. So, example sa writing doon ay hindi essay. Ang example sa writing doon would be a discharge letter for a patient. People, when they knew, dali lang pala yung OET, they jumped to the bandwagon. So, pag take sila ng OET, kala nila matindi. Ito pala. ETE, you will encounter discussable views, agree, disagree, open-ended, advantage, disadvantage. To what extent as well? Bakit? All of the English exams, their parent exam is IELTS. They're trying to mimic IELTS success in the past. That's why they got the same formula. So in writing, what makes this easy is the fact that you don't have to be a nurse, you don't need to be an engineer or a physicist to write an effective written composition regarding the task description given to you. And that is what makes this difficult. Hindi. It's a double-edged sword. Okay, so I have here a book. Pakita ko lang sa ating video. Nasa beach tayo, guys. So, woo! All right. So I have here a book. The title is The Laws of Human Nature. What if I told you we'll have an exam? You can choose which date you want to take it. Anytime on a given year. And this will be the coverage. So you will ask me, what specifically will be coverage? I'll say, entire fucking thing. Everything here could be a question. Would that make it easy or difficult? Difficult. Why? Can you imagine the bulk, what you need to make yourself acquainted with? What you have to read, what you have to undergo? This will take time. Right? This will take months. This will take months. Hmm. Visualization. Yeah, hindi na ako dadaan doon. Hindi na ako dadaan. Alright? But I specifically stated this is the book that you have to read in preparation for the test. As I've mentioned, you can take the examination at any given time of the year. So if you want to take it in December, fine. If you're foreseeing it, I think I need until December to master this so that I could be prepared. Do it. You need that. Ikaw nakakakilala sa sarili mo. Diba? But I didn't tell you that the book will be about this Never Give Up by Joyce Meyer. This is not going to be the topic. This is the topic. So you already know what book are you going to read. So even though there's a bulky content, you already know what to read. Don't need to read anything else except that. So IELTS works the same in writing. We already know what questions they will ask. So they ask questions about education, about healthcare, sometimes together. You can encounter a question where healthcare and education exist in class description. Environment, technology, politics. Those are just some topics that you may encounter on this. Some. So can you give me issues regarding environment? Environmental issues. One word. Meron bang problema sa kalikasan? Global warming! Global warming has been asked countless times in the IELTS. There's a possibility you may encounter that question as well. No one's safe from that question because issue of global warming has been of global relevance for decades and it's still a problem today. Okay? It's still a problem today. That's what you will encounter it. When you go to Metro Manila, regardless of which city you go to, what is the first thing that you will notice? Fucking traffic, right? Traffic. So you will also encounter questions, problems, issues concerning traffic. What else? Education. Huwag naman problema na issue. Kailangan meron din positibo. Anong positive issue na meron sa education? Ano kaya? Ano? Technology's relevance to education. Like, how can technology be used in research? And how has it affected the way people conduct research these days? education, public, private education. So you see, we can make ourselves aware of what the possible questions that could be asked in the exam. We have compiled all of those questions. I will attach the file when I post this replay later. So, post ko yung replay, link, post ko yung presentation converted into PDF, then orange book questions, nandun siya, 1 to 146. And then, sabi ko sa mga students, you don't have to tell, sir, thank you, napasa ko yung IELTS, nagpadala nga po pala ako dyan ng isang bilakong pansit. You don't have to do that. You already paid your dues when you paid your bill. Hindi namin kailangan ng, no? Kasi, kailangan niya ako, no? Kaya nag-diet ako, ano yung pansit, no? Sabi nga nung tita ko, mag-birthday ka na, pagpapansit kita, ayoko! Ayoko ng pansit. No? Feeling ko, pang matanda ang pansit. Oh, ba? Pang matanda nag-ahanda ng pansit? Bagets ako eh. Spaghetti gusto ko. Okay? So, as I've mentioned, ito po yung ating questions. Malamig ba? Ano talaga, magka-Canada ka, tapos 21 degrees, giniginaw ka. Ano nga, negative 30 dun eh. Practice yan. Hihina ng loob nyo. Oh, 18 ko pa nga eh. Pag ako nag-visit, 18. Wala, gibiro ako ha. Ka-Canada kayo, dapat praktisado na kayo sa batak. Mga balat nyo. Alang ha, pakita ko. So ito guys, at page 52. Ayan po yung mga tanong. Ito na, so nakikita mo. Ayan po yung mga questions. Ito po yung mga tanong. Nandiyan po siya. Nakikita? Hindi, ayan. Makikita, mga tanong yan po. Ano, pili ka number? Number. Kahit ano number? 3. Tanong natin kayo may number 3. Do you agree or disagree? Because of more and more young people are studying and working overseas, this will help bring about greater international cooperation in the future. Kaya-kayang sagutin yan kung ngayon ang exam mo. Kaya mo? Brainstorm lang. No? Dahil ba marami nang nagtatrabaho at nag-aaral na iba-ibang lahi sa iba-ibang bansa. Mas maging cooperative kaya ang mga bansa sa hinaharap. Siguro, yun mo lang dahilan. Agree, disagree to eh. So, discuss both views. I've got a question. Mga bandang 80 na to. Medyo matagal. Nahanap ko. Yeah. The internet has made traditional libraries unnecessary. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Ay, hindi pala yan. Discuss. Ito. Having no money makes people unhappy. Others are not happy having a lot of money. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Oh. Kung ngayon yung exam, yun po yung natanong sa inyo, kaya? Kaya. Sabi ko po sa inyo guys, you don't have to give us pancit, spaghetti na or pizza. Tatanggihin niya. Okay na po sa aming pasasalamat yung sabihin niyo po sa amin yung tanong kung ano po yung natanong sa inyo ng exam. Okay? Alam nyo kasi, yung mga nag-exam, Tapos, i-message na, Sir, ito po nga po pala ang mga natanong sa akin. Sa speaking, ito po ang mga tanong. Sa writing, ito po ang mga questions. Yung po yung mga pumakas eh. Oo. Yung mga hindi nag-share, pinagdadamot nila yung tanong. Mabalik dito yun, mga tatlong balik. Totoo. So, ba't nakita na naman kita? Hindi ka kasi nagbigay sa akin ng tanong eh. Diba? So, itong pinakahuli kong passer, sa Canada to si Nicole. Ito yung tanong niya sa task ko. Heavy traffic has become a major problem in major cities in the world. Kaya ba? Kaya bang sagutin yung topic na yun? Oo naman. Traffic. Hindi lang explain. Saan ba si Hilin? Ito naman based ito sa UAE. Ngayon ay nasa UK na. Itong kanyang tanong. Some people believe that professional workers such as doctors and teachers should be paid more than sports and entertainment personalities. Kaya bang sagutin yun? So, browse questions. That is the first step in the IELTS, writing. So we browse question with one thing in mind. Asking ourselves, if today is my exam and this is the topic that I have to write an essay about, will I be able to make it? That is the question. If your answer is yes, then move on to the next question. You are seeking for a question that will make it hard for you to understand and will make it difficult for you to crack. Hinahanap mo, kaya ka nagbabasa ng tanong, tanong na sa tingin mo, hindi mo kaya masagot. Mahihirapan ka kung ngayon magiging exam. So, sinesegregate mo. Ano yung kaya mong sagutin, ano yung hindi. Now, with all the questions you cannot answer, you cannot respond to confidently yet, are you going to just let it just like that? Of course not. Hayaan mo na lang di mo alam? Of course not. They could be questions. They could be the questions you will encounter in the test. Better yet, know about them. How? By reading newspaper articles. We read newspaper article, one article per day. In the past, we purchased newspapers so that our students can read the broadsheet on a daily basis. But, the idea, you're paying for something, 24 pesos per newspaper, only for the news to be different the following day. So, I want you guys to learn that I don't want you spending so much money just trying to learn. So, another way of reading those articles is by accessing those news websites. So we have some trusted websites. We have the MSN.com. We have Yahoo News. They compile the front pages of well-known newspapers, both in Southeast Asia and the globe. We also have local newspapers in English, Philippine Star, Philippine Daily Inquirer. So read one newspaper article per day. Which section of the newspaper you have to read? Anong section ng newspaper website? Anong kita? Opinion section. Hindi yung, ano kaya ang chika kailangan? Ano kaya ang sabi ni Christy Fermin dito sa mga punyeta? Pumunang chismis. I know, magkakaiba tayo ng content na gusto panoorin, basahin, or what. But since you are preparing for IELTS, santabi mo na itong mga chismis. Dito muna tayo sa kinabukasan mo at ng pamilya mo. Okay? So, read the opinion section. read the news section of newspapers? Yung pagbuklat ng newspapers, sino ba yung mga namatay sa obituary? At ang babasahin ko English ha, bakit? Because IELTS is in English. So we're trying to improve our vocabulary, our grammar, our sentence construction. Newspapers, articles, they underwent several proofreading and editing before the grammar becomes that flawless. That's one of the best ways to introduce an English content that you can use in your written composition in IELTS writing. Tututo ka na ng content, natututo ka pa ng vocab, mag-i-improve pa yung grammatical accuracy. Diba? So we can accomplish all those by reading one article per day. So magbabasa ng mga tabloid, matiktik, Avante, mga vulgar, Inquirer.net, HuffingtonPost.com, Bloomberg.com, those websites, check them out. Number 1, read questions related to IELTS. We have the compilation in the orange book, which I will post later today. We also have some students encounter with questions. Yung mga questions na na-encounter ng mga students, iba-iba. So for example, ang sabi dun sa tanong, in the past, people used money, paper bills, and coins to purchase items. But now, we use online banking. 5 years ago, sa online banking, credit and bank cards. Pero ngayon, online banking. May naging tanong pa sa IELTS, writing regarding cryptocurrency. Ano alam ko sa ilang cryptocurrency ng ilang yan? Diba? So may natanong pa about gun violence. Medyo controversial topic yun. Tabu pag-usapan sa atin. So make yourself aware of the possible situations, questions related to the IELTS. And for those ideas you don't have much knowledge, try to read them out on newspaper article, website. Okay? The third thing you read, di ba ang daming reading na kailangan? This IELTS skill enhancement. When you say writing, how to improve writing, it's not writing, reading. How to improve reading, skimming and scanning. How to improve speaking, practice. How to improve your listening, taking down notes. Diba? So iba-iba. For writing, specifically, for you to improve, I'm not suggesting that you write tons of practices. Because what if all those submissions, what if all those outputs are all wrong? Ano kung mali lahat yun? Kasi ako na ng panahon, kasi ako na ng oras, effort, baba ka naman. Baba ka nang gawa. We're trying to work smart, not hard. So for writing, read questions, read articles, and lastly, read samples. Okay? Where can I read samples? During discussions, we showcase samples. We present them to you in a slideshow presentation. Don't worry, you guys will all have a copy since I'll post this as a PDF link later today, within the day as well. We also have a book na nangalan kaming copy. Soft copy na lang po ang meron. Since British Council has not yet paid their dues to us. Ang deal kasi namin ni British Council from November until January this year is to give free books sa mga students if they will be taking their exams under British Council. That book costs around 450 to 600 pesos each sa Shopee and Lazada. So malaki makapal yun, nasa 200 plus page. Tapos ang gumawa ng writing compilation o dinakanmain sa amin, coach, si Ma'am Glenn, gumawa naman ng speaking guide na 7 plus, Sir Brian Martin Choso, naka-perfect score din sa speaking. Sadly, dahil punong-puno kami noon, kami nag-exam, naubos yung stock. So, ang balance sa amin ng British Council ay 400,000 plus na. Ano po, 450,000 na nung February. Siyempre, hindi naman po kami charity, kailangan din namin kumita. Kaya hinold po muna namin yung production ng books na yon until makabayad si British Council. Siyempre, we're trying to also let our students have them. Gusto namin, mabasa niyo siya. So if I'm not mistaken, meron kaming soft copy, bibigyan namin kayo ng code. Tapos ilalagay niyo siya sa isang website para magkaroon kayo ng PDF copy. And we're also trying to communicate sa main branch para magka-stock kami kahit tag-5 lang for now, para pwedeng hiramin ng mga students. Babalik din naman yun. Okay po? Until such time na makatake kayo ng exam. So notify namin kayo once those books are available. Ha? Okay. Question so far? Isang oras na tayo, nakakatatlong slide pa lang ako. Tawag ka na? Magsikain ba kayo? Ang alas 2 tayo tatapos dito. Okay? Wait, speech. So how long will the test last? Well, for the entire writing subtest, this will last for an hour. So we're not lying to you when we told you that your exam lasts for an hour. That's true. But because we're only talking about task 2, there is a prescribed amount of time that you only have to allot in doing this, since you also have your task 1 to work on later. So task 2, this is going to last for roughly 40 minutes. So you already know the computation, 40 minutes in task 2, 20 minutes in task 1. Sir, why? Why are we going to spend a much shorter time in task 1? You have an idea? Sino ng mga veterano kong estudyante dito? Ma'am, ano yung pinakamatagal? Parang September pa kita estudyante. Bakit po 20 minutes lang kay task 1 at 40 minutes kay task 2?
Mas mahirap po kasi yung task 2.
Mahirap? Yes.
Mas mataas po yung points.
Mataas yung points? Hindi. Maraming words. That's correct. 250 word requirement for your task 2. The minimal word requirement. 250 words minimum. Task 1, going to write 150 word composition. So if you tell me, which do you think do I need more time to finish? Task 2, syempre, 250 words. Task 1, 150, so dapat mas maikling time. And not to belittle or not to mock task 1, but task 1 is easier. Sabihan nga, mas madali po, mas mahirap si task 2. Why? For academic, tulad ng pinost ko kahapon, the cycle, guys have watched that mga academic? So yung mga academic task naman, para meron naman ako mga sisitahin. Okay, nag-post ako ng reply kahapon, binunod niya? Okay, buti naman. Lahat ng isusulat mo sa task 1, nandun na. Lahat ng numbers, nalagay mo na sa Word. So kung may mapa doon, last week ata yung map, tama ba? Northeast, southwest, next to, adjacent. Gamit ka na ng mga map locators. Tapos na. Eh si task 2. Bibigyan ka lang ng 2 sentence, tapos gagawa ka na ng 250 word composition dyan. Na dapat ay logically arranged, the ideas are relevant, taking into consideration your grammatical structure and lexical resource. Kaya, ultimately, mas mahirap si task 2. So, main reason why we need to spend more time for task 2 is because we strategically require more time for something that requires more time to finish. 250 words versus task 1. Now, there's a discrepancy between task 2 and task 1. Task 2 computation carries 2/3 or 67% of your writing grade, whereas 33% will be accounted for task 1. That is why, in the actual exam, you begin with task 2 first and do task 1 last. Ano unahin? So, sabihin natin, sa task 2, naka-8 ka. Sabihin lang natin, no? Task 2, naka-8 ka. Mumultiply mo yan sa 2. Ano 8 times 2? 16. Eh, nakabagsak ka sa task 1 kasi konti lang time mo. Naka 5 ka lang. Ganyan. 91. 24. 5 by 3. Ilan score mo? 7 pa rin. Kahit na yung task 1 mo, eh, bagsak. 7 ka pa rin because your task 2 is equivalent to 2 times more than task 1. Do writing task 2 first in the actual exam. So, may babasahin po akong message. Dito sa sinanong isa sa mga student. Nasa Canada na to, pumasa na. November 2019. Sabi niya, sir, nga pala, despedida ko December 7 dito sa Aliaga. Punta sila Tita Len and if free ka, punta kayo. Yo, akad ka eh. Basta hindi ako pumunta. Kahit feeling close mo, akad niya. Yung pupunta. Sabi niya, sir, nung exam ko, I was about to do task 1 halfway through doing task 2. So parang narinig ko yung boses mo, naalala ko na dapat finish namin si task 2 and then do task 1. Reply ko sa kanya, te, pa-check up ka. Dahil may naririnig ka ng mga boses habang nag-i-exam ka. So, nangangalahatin daw siya sa task 2. Sabi niya, sukuhan ko na nga ito, punta na ako sa task 1. Hindi, inulit niya. Kasi naalala niya yung reminder to do task 2 and finish task 2 and then do task 1 in the actual exam. Ganun din sa mock, ganun din sa mga practices niyo. Task 2, then task 1. Task 2, then task 1. There's no other way around. Okay? Questions? So far? Wala? Yung mga nakaitim tong nasa gabi dito. Ay, ako rin nakaitim. So how will you be assessed? The examiner, or what we refer to as a marker, when they assume that role after the test is over, will be the one rating your performance. So tao po ang mag-grade sa'yo. Unlike the other English tests where there is a software intervention. Sa PTE, parang 15% lang yata yung human intervention doon. Software po ang nag-a-assess ng performance. Kaya may loophole kaming tinuturo sa PTE. Pero kay IELTS, ang check. Ano ang problema pag tao? Ang check. May problema ba pag tao yung check? May problema pag tao yung check. Hoy! Natanong ito mga to, ay sumagot eh. May problema kaya kung tao to check? Yes. Ano kaya mo ang problema?
Depende sa discrepancy.
Kamag-anak mo kayo dalawa? Sister niyo? Ano ba paborito mong pagkain? Torta at talong ka. Kung sabi torta at talong, nasa paligid. Anything Korean. Gusto mo ng mga Korean? Gusto mo rin? Ano yung hindi kayo magkasundo na food? Hipon? Allergic ka sa hipon ka. Goods. Ayaw mo rin? Okay sa'yo si hipon. So, ganun din sa examiner. Ano kung may ingredient ka na nilagay dun sa writing? Let's say, hindi ko bet tong opinion na to. That's ako. Nakailam na naman sa asunto. Tawag ko nga ito. Talagang mga pakialamero eh. Akad yun, akad. Ay, chat. Pwede pa naman chat. Unmute. Start video. Wala naman. Okay, that is the problem. If humans will be the one checking our essays, we have difference in taste. Kakaiba tayo ng panlasa. Sawa ko, nawiwirdoan sa akin pag kumakain ako ng ice cream ng magang-maga. 6:30 in the morning, kumakain ako ng ice cream. Gusto ko yun eh. Diba? Okay? So examiners have difference in their preferences as well. Magkakaiba din yan ng trip. That's why in some occasions, okay naman yung performance ni candidate. Pangit yung nakukuha ang score. Let's say, halimbawa, take ako ng exam. Nakakuha ako ng 6. Tapos, sabi naman ni Sir Kevin, nung nag-coaching kami, okay na daw yung performance ko. Ang 7, bakit 6 lang nakuha? Hindi kayo compatible na examiner. Yun lang ibig sabihin. Sabi ng student, Sir, pali-check ko ba to? Ikaw, kung confident ka. Marami tayong ebidensya. Sa UK na to. Yan. So send sa video, okay. Balik-check siya. Ito yung kanyang score. Overall band 7, listening 8.5, reading 7, writing 6, speaking 6. Ang pinari-check niya, speaking. Pagtapos, nag-email sa kanya, sabi, congratulations, your score has improved from 6 to 7.5. Imagine that. 6 to 7.5. That is a very huge gap. Yung 6.5 to 7 nga, ang layo pa nun eh. Pero yung 6 flat, 7.5 jump. It's even crazy. You know what's crazier? In writing, we have a coach. His initial score in writing was 5.5. Initial score. 5.5. Applied for remark. After recheck, score 7.5. 2 whole fucking points after remark. Layo. Alam niyo kung ano naging problema niya? Hindi naman problema ng examiner. Ang may problema yung candidate mismo. Bakit? Pangit ng sulat niya. Dahil dati, wala ka pong computer-based exam. Problemado yung mga examiners. Tama, ito na naman yung binasa ko na to. Siyempre, in English, motherfucker. Bloody hell. British na siya. Ito na naman, binalik sa atin. Patawag niyo. Patawag siya, nirecite niya. Nowadays. Pwede pa nowadays dati. Tawag siya, nirecite. Sabi, ganda pala. High school pala eh. Pasa natin. 7.5. Kaya before, handwriting was a factor. Hindi ka naniniwala, mamaya papakita yung box ng assessment. Metric na ginagamit ko sa kalagay doon, illegible. So kung computer-based test taker ka, ligtas ka na agad. So, mayroon po ba dito magte-take ng pen and paper based exam? Pen and paper based, saan? Mama, gusto mo sulat mo, ma'am. Oo. Okay lang mag-erase kasi bibigyan ka naman ng eraser. But to avoid too much erasures, ang suggestion ko is to have a framework. So strategize mo muna. Ano yung gusto mong input on a specific paragraph. Madaling gawin yun sa discuss code piece. Okay. Kasi ang problem ng pen and paper based test taker is the fact that if they want to make certain adjustments, especially in the middle, lahat yun mag-a-adjust. Minsan yung iba bumubura ng isang buong paragraph. Ang tagal nun. Pinag-isipan mo, sinulat mo, tapos buburahin mo only for you to put something there. Tapos dahil may hindi ka na-delete, yung letter L mo, tapos may nakalagay na gano'n, nagmukha siyang letter T na mali ng spelling, hindi mo sinasadya. Hindi ka naman natatawagan. Ano pangalan mo? Larilyn, did you make this mistake? I think it's letter L, but it looks like letter T. Sorry, it's letter L. I wasn't able to erase the entire thing. Yan lang tatawagan. Mali. Hindi ko maintindihan, pangit, bagsak. Ganun lang sila mag-score. We can make appeals, but that is very time-consuming. Alam ko, nagmamadali ka, di ba? Ang recheck kasi, pag pen and paper based, tumatagal siya ng 3 linggo. Minsan ang sadyante nga, 6 na buwan bago mabalik yung paper. Yung pandemic yun. 6 months. Bakit matagal si recheck kapag pen and paper? Pinapadala pa po sa Canada yung result. Kung British Council, pinapadala sa Australia yung result ng IDP. Tapos, ibabalik ulit yun sa transpo. Tapos, maliligaw yung courier, habulin ng aso. So, return to sender. Kaletsin. Okay pa? Kaya siya matagal. Pag computer-based kasi, access lang sila ng database kung saan naka-upload yung inyong mga answers. And after a bit of checking, malalaman na nila agad whether you need, whether they will pass you or not. Okay po? So the first criterion is what we call task response. Can you guys say that? Task response. So this is denoted by letters TR on the official answer sheet kapag pen and paper based. But sa computer, hindi siya makikita, but we need to understand what this entails. So task response refers to the ideas you present. Are they relevant to the topic that you are given? Did you follow the flow of the instruction provided to you? So there's a specific instruction. Examiners already have an anticipated output for this particular question. Anong ibig ko sabihin? Ano ibig ko sabihin? Sa galon. Simple lang. Pumunta ako sa fast food. Sabi ko, order na ako isang 1-piece chicken, Thai heart. Tapos yung may spaghetti, Tapos yung drink, gawin mong float. Tapos medium fries. Okay po, that will be 187 pesos. Bisado. And dumating sa akin order ko. Yung chicken, hindi chicken, chicken fillet. Walang spaghetti, may extra rice. Tapos yung drink ko, pineapple juice. Tapos yung fries, naging burger. Natutuwa ba ako doon? Wait guys, nasagutin ko lang itong call. No, ma'am. It means that the ideas you need to pitch in must answer the question being asked in a direct manner. You also need to understand that in any given task instruction, there is a prescribed format. And that is exactly what I mean when I told you this example of ordering in a fast food restaurant and they're giving you something else. So this is not what they expect. Obviously, they will feel bad about it, which will reflect on your score. So first, follow the instruction. The minimum number of words is 250, which means that anything less than 250 will invite the examiner in giving you low band scores and fast response. So to give an idea, an automatic 5.0 will be your score, plus a penalty of 1. So how will this work? So let me give you this computation. If you will be writing a 249 word essay, 1 word shy of making it to the minimum requirement, your TR will be equivalent to 5. So let's say that all your other areas, vocab lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, coherence and cohesion will each get an 8. 8 is the highest score that this branch has ever seen 2 times. So you multiply 8 by 3, that is 24, plus 5, that's 29. 29 divided by 4, that is equivalent to 7 pa din. Congratulations, naka-7 ka. Only if you will be getting 8 in other areas, but this score is not yet finished. There's a penalty of 1, which makes your score only 6. Gets? Nakuha? Nagets po? Okay. So what's the first thing that you need to do to pass? Write more than 250 words. There's no prescribed maximum number of words. But we are encouraging everyone to write no more than 320. Because as I've mentioned, you still have another task to fulfill, which is your task 1 that requires you to 150 words. Sometimes it will require you to write it even longer, especially kung table yung matapat sa'yo na question. So, uy, ba't low ba? Okay. Okay, charging. Okay, so as I've mentioned, this is the actual answer sheet. So academic po, gray. GT, yellow ang kulay. So ma'am, GT ka? Akad? So gray po ang kulay, ito po ang kulay niya. Sa totoong buhay pag pen and paper based test. This is the part where you put your name, candidate number, center number, day, sheet number, test module, mga check mo yan. So avoid putting anything below this line. Naka-indicate po sa instruction, do not write below this line. Because if you do, you will forfeit the exam. Makakasuhan po kayo ng cheating sa test. That's the worst thing someone could possibly encounter. Why? Because if your result will have a cheating remark, not only that you will be banned from taking IELTS forever, forever po, yun po ay banned. You will not also be able to take the other English tests. You will be prohibited. You have to remember, IELTS is a very influential body. Sa kanya po ipinares ang OET, PTE, pati MET. Sa kanya nang galing yung go signal para magkaroon ng other English exams. Kahit smudge, kahit anong line, wala kang isusulat yan.
Kasi pag pag-release ko ba, may pipinapin pa rin.
Wala. Walang ganun. Kaya mas madali sa computer. Ito. Okay. So I've mentioned, ito po yung TR, task response, coherence, cohesion, which I will be discussing in a bit. LR for lexical resource, GRA for grammatical range and accuracy. Naman? Yes, po.
Ay, wala. Okay, hindi mo Oo nga. Oo. Oo nga eh. Alam ko nga di wala eh. Oo nga eh. Wala ka namang nasend eh, di ba? Wala ka rin naman akong nasend. Sige, sige. Okay. Sige. Meron lang ako sagot sa inyo. Nasa klase lang ako sagot. Okay, sige. Okay. So as I've mentioned, these are the band descriptors that examiners will use to assess your performance. Then we have the other metrics like number of words, under length, and penalty. So another good news for computer delivered test takers, you will have the word count on the bottom panel of your screen, which makes it easier for you to be much more confident submitting your answer afterwards. Kasi yung iba, bibilangin yan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kasi ba, magkatabi kayo. Isang table, dalawa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bura ng bura, malikot sa table. Kung may mararanasan mo. But computer-based, you don't have to count it word for word. There's an automatic word counter below. Because if you're going to count words 1 per second, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 minutes agad yun, nalagas sa oras mo. Dalawang beses mong gagawin yun, pati task 1, 4 minutes. Sayang oras. Which means you have to produce an essay and a report together in 55 minutes. That's very tough. So computer delivered, may word counter ka na below. Okay? So, off topic. Sabi ni sir, 250 words lang daw eh. Lagay ko nga yung karanasan nung ako yung nakagat ng aso. Once upon a time, the dog beat me in the leg. My family transported me to the nearest hospital. The doctor said I cannot transform into a werewolf. I use my powers to save the others. Yan. So, naging ganun yung essay ko. 250 words lang pala eh. Gawa na lang ako ng kakaiba dyan. So, factor po yan. Kung yun ang ilalagay mo, taliwas dun sa topic, hindi ka po mabibigyan ng score na maayos for task response. Okay? Memorized. Sang katutak ang nagkalat na essay online. Madami. So may kanya-kanyang format yan. Pero meron silang identity. Okay? So avoid nyo po na gayahin yung mga format na nandoon online. Sabi ko nga, if you want to read actual samples, choose organic samples. Choose our samples made by lecturers and coaches. At wag po yung mga nasa online. Hindi po namin sila kinakalaban. One of the reasons why you can see free stuff online is because it's not essentially free. Hindi talaga libre yun. Wala kang binabayaran directly. But, you are their target market. Kayo yung web traffic nila eh. So, yung mga ads na nandun, yun po yung kanilang income. So, the more people that will fall victim from their fake samples, the higher income that they can generate. Kaya mukhang ang dali gawin ng IELTS essay sa website, mga nagtuturo sa YouTube, ang dali eh, no? Kasi they're trying to let you have this idea that it's really easy. Follow nyo lang yung instruction namin, hindi naman yun talaga. And then once you fail, you have to retake the exams again. So it becomes a never-ending cycle. Luckily, writing is not going to be a concern unless you're planning to go to the UK to get a 6.5, or you're planning to go to the UK to get a band 7, or if you're looking for a band 7 on a specific subtest, hindi naman talaga siya problema. So let's say you're bound for US, sa kang USRN. Ang kailangan mo naman 7 ay yung speaking mo. Everything else, if the total is 6.5, even though your writing is 5, pasok pa rin. Okay? So even though it's difficult, pwede kang magkaroon ng idea, seryosohin ko ba si writing? O kahit hindi na masyado. Because if the requirement dictates na kailangan mo ng 7 sa speaking and 6.5 OBS, ang focus mo doon ay ang speaking and not writing. So medyo dadalingin yung buhay mo. Ay, hindi buhay. Yung problema mo. Yeah? It will become easier for you to manage your problem. So, as response, what is coherence? This is the logical arrangement of your ideas into paragraphs. So we're talking about discuss both views. And in the discuss both views essay, we have a fixed number of paragraph. And that is, ilang paragraph daw? Sir Arton, ilang kaya? Di pa confidence in our phone. What? Four. See how different agree disagree is from discuss both views? Discuss both views, we also in agree disagree we also have a fixed number, and that is 5. Correct? In agree disagree, we have a fixed number, and that is 5. In discuss both views, it does not apply here. The fixed number is 4. You can write more than this. This is fixed. Introduction, paragraph A for the first view, paragraph B for the second view, and then concluding paragraph. That's it. So for coherence, how many paragraphs? Ay, boring yung kasama. Boring yung kasama. Ang kabuhay-buhay. Yan ba kayo sa lahat? Ano ba yun? Ilan? 4. How many paragraphs will a discussed both this essay yield into? 4. Tagalog, 4. Hindi 5. Never. 3. 4. Fixed. We will talk more about that later. Okay? So that is only for coherence because CC, it has 2 parts, coherence and cohesion. What is cohesion? Dikit connectors. So we have different connectors. We have adding, we have contrasting, we have giving examples, we have the visible and invisible discourse markers. So you have to utilize your cohesive devices. Paano malalaman ng examiner na effective yung cohesion mo kung hindi ka gumagamit ng mga words to indicate cohesion? So, kailangan mong gumamit na. Okay po? So if you're trying to add, this is an idea that you supplied on the previous paragraph. On the next paragraph, you will indicate that this share the same positive ideology as the previous one. So you will be using devices for adding. In addition, furthermore, moreover. Ito madalas gamitin sa discuss both views. So from a positive standpoint, you will move on to the opposite side. Private kanina, public ngayon. Past kanina, present ngayon. Advantage kanina, disadvantage kanina. So you will be using words that determine contrast. And there's no other better word than beginning with in contrast. On the contrary. On the other hand. Meanwhile. However. Ito yung mga hindi ko sinasuggest. Nevertheless. Bakit? Haba-haba niya. Mali ka pa ng spelling. Sabi mo sa kabila, nevertheless. Tapos nawala yung isang imo dito. Mali ka pa ng spelling. Gaga. Nakuha? Alright. Tapos, nung nakalagay sa word count, 249. Sayang. Masabi na 248. 247. Tatlong words na lang yung kulang. Kung ginawa mo palang on the other hand, yung nevertheless. Sobra pa na isa. Don't forget the comma. Okay? Ano pa, iba, masyado mapagmagaling. Undoubtedly. Galing ka, i-spell mo yan. Pwede namang, there is no doubt. Nakuha? So make the words easier for you to spell. Remember, words are being assessed here. So what we're looking for when it comes to the level of academe ng mga words, meron tayong dalawang factor. So for the academic level, you need to use words that are synonymous with the common everyday words that you use without making them too complicated to the point that it invalidates the meaning of the entire sentence. So kung gagamit ka ng mga kakaibang words, tulad ng gargantua, sabi mo dyan, a gargantuan number of people. Okay? esoteric error. Kung gagamit ka ng mga ganitong words, wala namang problema. But make sure that they are really fitted in the situation. In this case, a gargantuan number of people, it doesn't fit. Hindi siya bagay. Bakit hindi na lang a lot of people? Diba? It makes the communicative ability of this written expression better, simple, smoother. So, yung mga estudyante ko ang nakakuha ng 8, hindi gumagamit ng gargantuan sa writing. Pwede naman pumasa sa huge tsaka sa a lot. So, ang ayaw naman natin masyadong common. Okay? Remember that IELTS writing is formal writing. So, anong unang-una mong i-avoid? Ang paggamit ng prepositional phrases. Ano po ba ang prepositional phrases? Sir, di ko alam. Nakakaalam po ba ng prepositional phrases? Ano po ba ang preposition? Yes, on, in, at, yan. Mga yan. Pag sabi yung prepositional phrases, pinagsama mo yung isang part of speech, verb, noun, or adjective, plus the preposition. Halimbawa, eat up. Yan. Formal ba yan? Hindi. Ano pa? Let down. Ano pa? Think up. So, halimbawa, sabi mo sa essay mo, people eat up their food at home. Kasi mo yung up. People eat their food at home. People consume their meals at home. Many people feel that the government had let themselves down. Napabayaan sila. The governments don't care about them. Pwede. The government do not give importance to their needs. Pwede. Think up. Think. Children or young people need to think up about ideas. Need to think about ideas. Need to learn about ideas. Need to conceptualize about ideas. Next, remember, formal writing. In a formal writing, we use the passive voice of the verb more often than the active voice of the verb. What does that mean? Ano po ibig sabihin nun? Sinabi mong active voice of the verb, mosquitoes ay yan po yung active. Ibig sabihin, kung formal essay writing ang ating kinocompose, hindi ito okay. Anong gagawin mo? Lagay mo yung direct object, people are bitten only by female mosquitoes. Nung people bite mosquitoes, pampaling kita. Okay? Halimbawa, many people use internet. Or, ano lang, many people use internet. Para maging passive, the internet is used by many people. Yan. Gawin mong passive yung mga sentences mo. It makes the written format much more formal. So once again, for coherence, we're trying to make the paragraphs individually separated. We're looking at 4 paragraphs here. Introductory paragraph, then paragraph for the view 1, paragraph for the view 2, and then the concluding paragraph. Since we have divided them, we separated them from one another, we will be making sure that we will connect them because we don't want one piece of information drilled from another. So by using your connecting devices, cohesive devices, discourse markers. We have discourse markers we can use to begin your paragraph. We have discourse markers that we can use in the middle of the paragraph, regardless of which one you want to use. It depends, just as long as you are using them to your advantage. That is what's necessary. So to unify your ideas, in addition, furthermore, moreover, if you're giving example, for instance, to illustrate, respectively, namely, to name a few, yan. You're expressing opinions related to the contrast. On the contrary, on the other hand, there is no doubt that, yan, gumamit yan ng mga ganong connecting devices. Clarity, one point at a time. Do not put all your ideas in one sentence because it creates confusion. What is really the main topic of this sentence? So for vocabulary, avoid highly technical words like jargon, medical terms, avoid yan. Avoid redundancy. What is redundancy? Implying the same meaning for the same word. Halimbawa, hindi pala pwede mag-alis ng example, it is important and essential for people to learn their role in the society. Important and essential basically mean the same thing. So you can provide the same idea in this sentence, even though you will remove essential or important. It is important for people to understand their role in a society. Okay. Kaya nga yung vast majority, yan, ang gandang pakinggan, the vast majority. Ibig sabihin ng vast majority, isa lang eh. Although it sounds and looks amazing, vocab and grammar doesn't work that way. So avoid complicating your responses. Bawal pong contractions, ha? Write the words in full. Point, point, ito siya. Avoid informal vocabulary. Kids. Ano pa ulit sa kids? Children. Sir, sabi mo bawal repetition. Eh, ang topic ko tungkol sa children. Tapos sa entire essay ko, binilang. 12 times kong ginamit yung children. Tatawa-tawa kayo. Ganyan talaga yung nangyayari regularly. Isa, gumawa ng essay. Country. Binilang namin kung ilang beses niyang ginamit yung word na country. 14 times. Ano pa malit sa children? Young people. Ano pa? Young ones. Ano pa? Little ones. Then children ulit. Then them. Then they. Children na naman. Young ones ulit. Young people. Ilang beses mo nang ginamit yung children sa entire essay? 3. Ilang beses mo ginamit yung little ones? 2. Young ones? 2. Young people? 3. Overly repetitive ba yan? Hindi. Dahil sa entire essay, sa isang paragraph yung layo nila sa isa't isa. Bakit ini-encourage ko kayong gumamit ng pronouns? Because pronouns role in the part of speech for grammar is to replace nouns. So, pwede mo siyang ulit-ulitin. There are noun substitutes. But the problem with pronouns is oftentimes people confuse themselves about the number and the gender of the pronoun. That's why my suggestion, if you're giving examples, you're using an idea to present in an essay, use the plural noun. Para hindi ka na mahirapan kung his, her, he, she, them ka na lang, they ka na lang kada. Okay po? No cliche, no quotations, no idiomatic expressions. Ano po ba idiomatic expressions? It's raining cats and dogs. Ano pa? Ha? Spill the tea. Oh. Kasi literally, pag spill the tea, pucha, natapon. Ibig sabihin nun, sabihin mo na yung chismis. Ano pa? I'll give an arm and a leg. Break a leg. Di ba? You don't literally break the leg. It's going to hurt. So idiomatic expressions are expressions not to be taken too literally. So it creates what? Miscommunication. And ginagawa mo dito, you're trying to communicate. You're trying to relay information. Ano yung quotation? Ang topic tungkol sa health. Ang umpisa-umpisa ni ate, health is wealth. Tampaling kita, ano? Time is good. Tampal. Bakit? Sawan-sawa na yung mga tao dyan. Ano bang iba? Okay? So yun po si no quotations, no cliches. Ano yung cliche? Mga nakakasawang expression. Mga nakakasawang terms. Day in, day out. Day to day, day by day. Hand in hand. Mother Nature. Nanay mo? At para sa nag-iisa nating test taker, ng writing, ma'am, write legibly. Pakiayos ang sulat. Ha? Kasi handwriting is going to be a factor. Grammar. Daming problema sa grammar. Ano-ano? Spelling. Punctuation. Ano pa? Subject-verb agreement. Capitalization nga lang, problema eh. Ano pa? Adjective and adverbs. Preposition usage. Pwede ka bang gumamit ng question mark? Hindi. Exclamation point. Hindi rin. Yung pinagsamang exclamation mark and question mark. Tawag doon, interrobang. Mga asawa lang po pwedeng gumamit niya. Ba't kulang ang sahod mo? Yan lang po pwedeng gumamit na. So, tenses. So, I have a question. What is the type of tense that we commonly, regularly use in IELTS writing? The simple present tense. Kasi ang present tense nahati sa apat yan. Simple present, present progressive, present perfect, present perfect continuous tense. Sa present pa lang, apat na. So, ang simple present po ang ginagamit natin. Ano ba si simple present? The basic subject-verb agreement. Why? Because that type of tense is strategically implied for giving opinions and presenting facts. Exactly what you are recommended to use to do in an IELTS essay writing. Ano pa? Kailan kagagamit ng simple past? Pag meron kang time expression implying the past. For example, many people in the past used to pay more to make cell phone calls. But now, they can do so easily for free. Tama yung tense. Ang nagiging problem kasi sa tense, yung tense inconsistency na tinatawag. Sa entire paragraph, iba-iba yung tense. So nagkakaroon tuloy ng confusion. What is the main idea in this paragraph? Why the tense is so inconsistent? So bawal po ang all caps. Okay. So tanong, sa computer po ba, parang sa Microsoft Word, nakikita po pag mali yung grammar? Swerte mo naman din. Makikita mo. Hindi. Swerte mo naman, tinuruan ka na. Exam nga to. Wala yung mga naka-underline na red or brown markings. Okay? So mag-usap nga po tayo muna saglit. Tungkol dito sa apostrophe S. Dito ako nanggigigil talaga. Kailan po ginagamit to? For ownership, possession. So ginalagay mo po itong apostrophe S, ang ibig sabihin niyan ay pagmamay-ari. Halimbawa. Bawa lang. Malaki yung K. Bakit ko nilagyan ng apostrophe S? Dahil ini-indicate nito na pagmamay-ari ni Kevin yung shirt. Ang dali, di ba? Kaya wala po akong makikita na naglalagay ng apostrophe S sa mga plural, ha? There are so many books! Tapos iba kong students, dati, mga friend ko sa Facebook, sabi, congratulations po. Sabi, congratulations. Inangry ko. Inangry ko yan. Hindi ko naman kamag-anak, hindi ko naman kakilala. Inangry ko yan. No? So, huwag na kung gagawin yan, ha? Okay. Ang apostrophe S ay for ownership. So, pag hindi naintindihan, tagalogin mo. Pag may-ari ba nito? The cups handle. Yeah. So, dapat may apostrophe S. Nakuha? Again, spelling, ha? Check your spelling. Okay. It's 11:17. Magsisimula na po tayo sa ating aralin. Discuss both views. Remember, this is not the same as the other task because your opinion is not required here. Specifically in the introduction. So imagine this. In an agree-disagree question, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? You're required to give your opinion. But in the discuss both views, take a look at this. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Discuss both views, then give your opinion. Oftentimes, you will just encounter discuss both views. Iba pang pagkakataon, discuss lang ang encounter. So you have to conceptualize the difference between discuss both views and the other types of instruction is that in the introduction of your essay, your opinion should not exist. Bawal. Pag naglagay ka ng opinion sa introduction, para siyang indicator sa examiner na, huy, examiner, tingnan mo, naglagay ako ng opinion sa introduction. Bagsak mo na ako. Or lang bilhin po, 3.5. Bakit? Kasi hindi ko sinunod yung instruction. Okay? Dahil sabi mo, discuss both views. Pero naglagay ako ng opinion sa introduction, ayaw na ayaw mo. Kaya ako ginawa yun kasi gusto ko yung bagsak mo kung marami akong pantik ng exam. Hindi ako nagmamadali. Kahit isang taon pa ako sa Pilipinas. Inaantay ko kasi yung mid-year election. Bibigyan kami ng bigas nila kapitan. Okay lang. Magtagal pa ako ng konti dito. Kaya nilagyan ko talaga to ng opinion sa umpisa. Ay, bagsak mo talaga ako. Kaya ko dyan. Alawin niyo dito. Yun po ibig sabihin. You're baiting them. You're teasing them to fail you. So, tingnan po natin. Question. Some people think that personal happiness is directly related to economic success. Others argue that happiness depends on completely different factors. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So what is the main topic? Money. Money. Economic success. And the other view, happiness on different factors. So let's talk about happiness. Do you think people will be happy if they have money? Yes! Diba? Lalo pag ang tinanong nyo doon, mga nanay. Nay, pag ba may pera ka, oh, yes! Teka yan. Kaya sila nagpauso ng money cake eh, mga nanay. Wala naman tatay na binibigyan ng money cake eh, di ba? Bira, ala kami binibigay sa tatay. Ngayon, meron tong opposite side. May ibang tao, sabihin na natin, wala silang pera, pero ang saya nila. Yung iba naman, namakmak yung pera. Pero parang ayaw sa kanila ng tuwa. Ayaw silang lapitan ng saya. Bakit kaya? Ano ba kayong idea? Let's disregard money first. Saglit lang guys, alam ko perang-pera na kayo eh. Oo, sabi ka sabay kayo sa pera. Talaga tayo ay alipin lang ng salapi. Ano? Alisin natin muna yung pera sa equation. Ano pa magpapasaya sa'yo? Ano sabi ng family? Yung sabi nun? Family, oh. So, ayan. Diba? Ano pa? Bukod sa family? Food. Ano yun? Siya ulit. Basic need yun eh. Maslow's hierarchy of need for you to be self-actualized, basic needs, safety and security, love and belongingness. Ano pa?
Love.
Hmm?
Love.
Love? Mm-hmm. Tama naman? Health? For real? Diba? Sabi nga nila sa irony, nalo ka na sa loto ngayon, namatay ka kinabukasan. Diba? You're not going to enjoy your money. Oh, health is a factor. Family and friends relationship will be a factor. So, pumunta tayo sa kabilang question. Some people say that healthcare and education should be the responsibility of the government, but others think that it is the responsibility of the individuals themselves. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Isang viewpoint, responsibilidad daw ng government dapat ang healthcare and education. Sa kabilang side, dapat daw mga tao mismo maging responsibility sa health and education nila. Kasi minsan napapaisip tayo, okay nga ba ang buhay sa ibang bansa? Ang laki ng tax. Pero pupunta naman sa healthcare education mo. Or, gusto mo bawasan yung tax mo. Ikaw na lang bahala sa healthcare education mo. Which is which? Those are the ideas present here. So, introduction. Ready na ba kayo ng introduction? Dali lang to guys. Sabi ko nga, this is the easiest among the 5 instructions. Ayaw ko nga itong cover kahit mga 15 minutes lang. Bibilisan ko eh. Kaso, gusto ko mga 2:35 na yan. So, medyo, kalmahan natin. Introduction. How to make a legitimate introduction. First rule, you have to be neutral about it. There's no need for you to say, agree, or disagree with the concept. We're not invalidating the idea itself. There's no need for you to put your opinion in any way possible. You just have to reintroduce it using your own words. So to help you do it, we're going to combine 2 techniques. Number 1, generalization. Number 2, paraphrasing. What is generalization? What is generalization? Presenting the general idea. What is the topic about in general? And then paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing, you are going to replace the words from the task description using their synonyms. And you will shift the locations of the words. So dalawa po ang, bigyan ko nga kayo ng example. Dalawang technique para sa paraphrasing. Halimbawa, I live in Gapan City. Example, I live in Gapan City. This is the task description. So this is rewording. I reside in. Pinalitan mo lang yung live with reside. Ngayon, pag paraphrasing, papalitan mo din yung posisyon. Gapan City, muna, is my place of residence. That is paraphrasing. Nagkakaintindihan? Okay. So do not write any word definition or examples here. This is not a thesis statement. So how many sentences must this be divided to? Around 2 to 3 sentences would do. No stand. Once again, no opinion of any kind. So ito po yung sample. Task description. Underline keyword muna. Some say. Anong pwede natin ipalit sa some say? Okay. Oh. Few, some, marami yan. Many. Pere? Many people. Claim. Pwedeng some people state. Para lang hindi na say ang gagamitin. Many people claim that knowledge from experience. Ang knowledge ay pwedeng wisdom, pwedeng learning, experience, hindi ko na yan papalitan, better, superior, than knowledge, learning ulit, gained from books, acquired from reading material. So, kung tatagalogin ko siya, sabi ng ilan, ang karunungan na nakukuha sa karanasan ay mas magaling kaysa sa karunungan na nakukuha sa aklat. Many people claim, claim that learning is superior from first-hand experience than from literary books. So, ayaw mo ng literary articles from reading material. Sabi naman ng iba, some say it's the other way around. However, are convinced that acquiring knowledge is better done with using literary. Sabi ng iba, mas okay daw si books. Sabi naman ng ilan, mas okay daw si experience. So yun po yung sample ko on the spot. Ito yung sample ko some months ago. Each person develops a myriad of knowledge and wisdom all throughout life. There's no limit when it comes to acquisition of information for as long as a person agrees. Up until now, the question as to whether knowledge from daily experience is more beneficial than that acquired from reading materials still remains unresolved for some. Basta hanggang ngayon, kung ano ba ang mas okay sa dalawa, ay hindi pa rin napagkakasunduan ng mga tao. So some say, some people knowledge. Many individuals are of the opinion that acquisition of information can be done easily through personal learning experiences. However, others claim that knowledge acquired from texts is a more reliable source. Ganun lang din ang ibig sabihin na. Just introduce at the same time. Sabi ko nga, if you want to take photos, it's fine, but lahat po na nakikita nyo na to, may copy kayo yan sa PDF. Okay, para pwede nyo rin siyang i-access. Clear? Kasi yung mga picture nyo, matatabunan din ng mga selfie nyo mamaya. Tsaka mga isa-save yung screenshot. Yan. Ha? Tama ka, ha? Bibili ka nga. Pwede ka bayad yung utang mo, ha? Utang mo, punta ka sa, ano, ha? ASM, ha? Oh, eating at restaurant is convenient for many people. Some prefer eating at home because it is much cheaper. Ano natin gagawin ng introduction? So, introduce natin yung first view, eating at restaurant. Then, introduce yung second view, eating at home. So, gawa tayo. So, dahil many people na po yung ginamit, I must refrain from repeating that phrase. Why? Iwasan ko na yan. Why? Because we want to avoid repeating the words from the task description. So, ano papalit ko sa many people? Pwedeng a lot of individuals. Yan. A lot of individuals prefer dining at restaurants at their own expense. So nila dun eh. Meanwhile, many others perceive that home cooked meals offer more benefits since it is economical. Cheaper. Nagamit yung cheaper. Masyadong basic. Saan lang natin nilagamit yung cheap? Your sister is cheap. Ganun lang. Ano sa mga awayan? Okay, so less expensive, economical, inexpensive, low cost. Lagyan mo ng hyphen. Pwede na. Low cost. A lot of individuals prefer dining at restaurants at their own expense. Meanwhile, many others perceive that home-cooked meals offer more benefits since it is economical. Tapos ang introduction. Mahirap? Hindi. You just have to replace a bunch of words, change their positions, and voila, you have an introduction already made. Just a matter of seconds. Ayan na. Dahil mahilig po sa mga kulay-kulay ang mga tao. Mukhang makakalimutan nyo rin yan eh. Ito na. Na-highlight ko na. Yung last kong ginawa, napuyat ako. No? Some people think that personal happiness is directly related to economic success. Yun po yung first view. Sabi mo doon sa first sentence mo, the meaning of happiness is different for everyone. Some people argue that economic prosperity, increased wages, and reduced commodity prices are a few factors that have a direct influence on it. Samantala, sabi naman daw ng iba, ang happiness daw ay nakabase sa iba pang bagay. So ito nga yung second sentence. However, other individuals suggest that good interpersonal relationships with family and health are among the factors for one to become pleased. Ay ilan lamang sa mga bagay na may kinalaman sa kasiyahan ng isang tao. So ito po yung sample. Meron pang isa. Some people think that the best way to reduce crime is to give longer prison sentences. Others believe that there are better alternative ways of reducing crime. So, sabi dun sa first sentence ng intro, some individuals assert that extending prison sentences is the best way to address the increasing rates of crime in many countries worldwide. Nevertheless, akala ko mabawal yan. Okay lang ako. Anong kaya ko spell yan? There are those who support alternative methods which they find to be more effective. Isa pa. Ngayon natin siya live naguguhitan. Some people believe that the aim of university education is to help graduates get better jobs. Yan. Ang kulay yan. Green na na. Others believe that there are much wider benefits of university education for both individuals and the society. Sabi ng ilan, ang reason for enrolling at a university is for them to be eligible for their profession. Iba naman, sabi nila, bukod dun sa pagkakaroon ng trabaho, may iba pang benefits ang pag-attend ng university. So these days, more people are deciding to pursue university studies, while some are of the opinion that the only purpose of university education is to improve job prospects. Ito na nga po yung sa kabilang banda. Meron din siyang naitutulong sa society. Others think that both the individuals and the society benefit from it in a much broader ways. So nakita? Tapat-tapat lang po. Ano yung laser pointer? Ito. Ayan. Yun lang po si introduction. Mahirap. Hindi Isa pa. Burahin ko muna to. Dali. Check. Many people want their country to host an international sporting event. Tinagalog, maraming tao gusto nila ang kanilang bansa ay maging host ng Tagalog na host. Main. Ay, di pala Tagalog yung main. Basta, host. Sa kanila, idaos. Sa kanilang bansa, ganapin. Tama ba? Ang international sporting event. Pag sinabing international, iba-ibang bansa po ba yon? Yes. Yung sporting event, pwede ba nating palitan niya ng synonym? Yung sporting, pwedeng sports na lang. Yung event, pwedeng competition. Tama po? World Sports Competition. Pwede ba yan sa international sporting event? Yes. Others believe daw that pag nag-host ka ng international sporting event, mas maraming problema lang ang dulot niyan kaysa sa benepisyo. Paano natin siya i-introduce? So being the host country, or wag ng country kasi puro country na dyan host nation for a worldwide sports competition. What many citizens desire due to the benefits can guarantee. However, several inhabitants of a country, we're not so sure which country is we're talking about, believe that this idea only causes more harm than advantages.
That's another way to put it. Sabi ng ilan, mas magbubunga lang daw to ng problema kaysa benefits. So ito yung ginawa ko some months ago. There are many individuals today who hold the view that allowing a country to organize various world sports competition would enable them to gain numerous advantages. Meanwhile, other citizens are firm in the notion that such events would only bring more harm to the host nation. So isang sample ko din yan. Any questions po sa intro? Meron po? So what is something that we do not include in the introduction? Anong hindi natin nilalagay? Opinion. There's no opinion. You just have to translate it in your own words. You reintroduce, you repurpose the task description, making it your own words. Sa body. Tayo ng body. In the body of the essay, focus on giving reasons, not examples. There's a paragraph in which examples should be written in the body. Do not write a paragraph that is purely example. Make sure your arguments for both sides are equal, what we refer to as balanced writing. So ganito po ang magiging nating argument. Alisin ko na itong isang note para hindi na malito yung ilan. So argument for the first view will be your body paragraph 1. Your argument here can either be positive, 2 positive ideas, or 1 positive, 1 negative. Pakita ko yan mamaya. Arguments for the second side can be the same, both positive and 1 negative. So if we're trying to make a strategic framework, kung ano ba ang magiging appearance ng isang essay, ganito po siya, no? So intro.
Ito po yung dalawang way paano natin gagawin yung essay. Kung sinasabi nating
Positive or 1 positive, 1 negative. Yan.
So ang topic natin, let's say, eating at home versus eating at restaurants. Body 1 mo ay eating at home. Body 2 mo ay eating at restaurants. Tapos, conclusion, summary. Yan. So, pag sinabi nating eating, so pwedeng 2 positive to. Kung ganun ang iyong idea, 2 positive din to. So, ito naman, 1 positive versus 1 negative. 1 positive versus 1 negative ang magiging idea niya. So, gawa natin siya ng concept. What is the advantage of eating at home? Ano daw? Makakatipid. Bawal yung cheap. Anong gagamitin natin? Less expensive. Ano pa? Bukod sa cost, ano pang advantage ng eating at home? Ha? Yun nga yun eh. Health. No. Health and practical reason. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag ikaw nagluto ng siomai, alam mong hindi daga yung palaman nun. Okay? Tama ba? Okay, alam mo kung ano yung nilagay mo doon. Kung gaano karaming sugar, gaano karaming fat, gaano karaming salt. And you're sure, na dahil kamay ko yung pinanghalo dyan, okay lang, kamay ko yan. Isa kamay ng iba. Okay? Oo. So, eating at restaurants, anong advantage niya? More convenient. Ano pa? Sabi nito, hindi maghuhugas ang pinggan. Yun, kasama yan sa more convenient. Ano pa? Bukod doon? More choices. Pangasawa ka, na-meet mo sa bar. Ba? Oh yeah. From here. Yeah. Kinasal kayo. Ang niluluto sa'yo, pasit canton, corned beef, hotdog. Hindi alam magsinigang. Hindi niya alam mag-tiim, no? Hindi ko naman sinasabi na girls lang dapat. O kayo din, boys, di ba? Nakapangasawa kayo. Tapos sabi, asawa ko, hindi mo magluto. O kayo din, kailangan marunong hindi kayo magluto. That's the thing. Kung gusto nyo tumikim ng iba, for example, gusto mo ng Japanese, authentic ramen, hindi mo naman kaya lutuin yun because of the ingredients, napakahirap i-procure. Punta lang kayo sa restaurant. Authentic Italian pizza, hindi mo kailangan mag-roll na ganyan. So, punta na lang po kayo sa isang pizza parlor. So, more convenient, more choices. So, ito po yung sample nung parehong positive. Pwede rin po itong one positive, one negative. Ganito po yung magiging concern niya. Eating at home, ang advantage ay less expensive. However, ano yung problem? Ang eating at home. Less convenient. Less convenient. Bakit less convenient si eating at home? Pupunta ka ng palengke. Makikipagtawaran ka pa doon. Alas 9 ka na nakarating sa palengke. Lasog-lasog na yung mga gulay. Tapos yung manok, namumuo na yung mga dugo. Yung baboy, may tumutubo ng kabute sa pork chop. Di, kinuha mo pa rin. Wala ka ng choice. Sinalay na tire. Hiniwa, kinaliskisan, nilaga. 11:30, nilagay mo na yung mga gulay. Dumating na yung mga bata, galing school, nagsikain. Wala pang 10 minutes, ubos na. 12:30, naguhugas ka. Iniisip mo na, ano ng hapon? O yun yung problem sa eating at home. Kaya siya tinatawag na less convenient. So may positive siya, may negative siya. Ganon din sa kabila, eating at restaurant. Okay? More choices. Pero, anong negative sa kanya? Yung price. Di ba? Enjoy na enjoy ko. So, pag dumating yung bill, 16,000, wala ka palang pambayad eh. Yabang-yabang mo. Di ba? So, yun siya. Pwedeng, ganun po yung magiging approach natin sa essay. Ito po yung sample. So, magkasama lang po ito ha, sa isang natuwa ko kay ma'am. Sino tawa ng tawa? Ma'am, sisingilin na kita, ha? Ano ka na nasa stand-up, ano? Yan. So, ayan po siya. Connected to, ha? Sa isang paragraph. With the rising cost of commodities nowadays, guys, anong problema sa world na nowadays? May problema ba dyan? Yes, may problema. Anong problema sa kanya? Hindi. Problema sa kanya, sawali mga tao dyan. Yes. So, in Cebu, there were 200 test takers. Lahat sila naglagay ng nowadays. Kasi yung uso dati, 2018, so lang po yung pumasa na kasama. At yun yung nag-iisang hindi naglagay ng nowadays. Totoo yun! Ayaw pa yung kaya. That's true. Kaya wala po sa mga student na naglalagay ng nowadays ang gusto nila bumagsak. Gusto nyo ng 5, 6, talaga nowadays, sir. Pero pwede niyong palitan si nowadays. Tao nga napapalitan. Salita pa kaya. O, these days, ano pa? At present, in today's era, paborito ng ilan, in this day and age. At this present time, bakit? Apat na tayo. At this present time, on the other hand, there is no doubt. O, yun na, 16. Kasi apat lang. Ito ba lang sa connecting words? Bati-bakan. Anong problema sa more and more people? Dahan-dahan, more lang. So with the rising cost of commodities these days, people are becoming pragmatic. Ano yung sabihin ng pragmatic? Wais. Iba ba kayong word para sa wais? Huh? Practical. Are becoming practical and just make their own dishes inside the comfort of their home. Persons get to budget their money and wisely spend it on raw ingredients of the meals they're about to cook. In addition, more people are health conscious, consequently, full knowledge of the nutritional value of the food they are eating is of utmost importance to these individuals. By preparing one's own meal, a person is assured of the vitamin and mineral content of the food that will be eaten. People can meticulously measure and control the amount of fat or salt in the dish they are whipping up. Whipping up, this is a prepositional phrase. Preparing, making, to replace it. However, there are those who prefer to eat in restaurants where they can just sit, relax, and have their favorite meal served to them in a very pleasant and inviting atmosphere. Time is not wasted in buying the ingredients, cooking the dish itself, or worse, cleaning the dishes right after. Furthermore, the meals individuals can enjoy are not constricted by the person's skill and familiarity of the dishes they know how to cook. Family can enjoy an assortment of cuisines from appetizers down to desserts just by looking at the menu of a restaurant or by transferring to another activities. Ito naman yung sa book. Some people prefer knowledge from books because they consider contents of these to be theoretical in nature. They believe that these contain facts which have been proven through the years of data collection and analysis. An example for this is non-fiction book titled The Art of Body Language by Charles Beyer that enables learners to understand the personality of a certain person based merely on one's action. Another reason why some favor knowledge from books is due to the convenience. Moreover, technological advancements make it even easier to acquire the information because the contents of books are already transcribed on computers for easy access. For instance, just by looking at a certain web search engine, one will be able to gather the detailed information with just a click of a finger. On the other hand, a lot of people believe that knowledge gained from experience is better than from books since it is based from one's activities. This makes the acquired knowledge more unforgettable and long-lasting. It is being inculcated deep within a person's mind and personality once it has been applied into everyday living. In addition, specializations in the field of science require first-hand experiences. To illustrate, medical-related courses necessitate students to deal with patients in a real-life setting. This will make them well-rounded professionals after they graduate. Hindi lang yan nursing. Yung mga medtech. Baka nga sabi, mga gumraduate ng pandemic, ano kita tutusukan natin? Diba? So, hindi ako masyadong nasanay. Reducing crime, ito yung introduction kanina. By the way, sa mga gusto nating i-avoid sa introduction yung may nakalagay na, this essay will discuss, avoid po yan ha. You just have to reintroduce the concept of your task description. So, some individuals assert that extending prison sentences is the best way to address the increasing rates of crime in many countries worldwide. Nevertheless, there are those who support alternative methods which they find to be more effective. So ito yung sample. Certain governments have already imposed stricter penalties and longer imprisonment periods for law offenders in the belief that this is the best way to reduce law breaking in the society. They say that such policy acts as a deterrent to would-be criminals. They know that breaking the law can lead to them serving a longer time in jail, stripped of their personal freedom. They will have very little motivation to commit a crime. Furthermore, they argue that lengthier prison sentences can minimize the incidence of repeat offenses. Arguably, many criminals commit the same crimes, after being in prison since the punishment they receive is too light and therefore not enough for them to realize the gravity of their acts. On the other hand, some people hold the view that there are better alternatives measures that can be taken to reduce crime. There are those who suggest making education more accessible and affordable, since research shows that criminality is linked to low literacy rates. Being educated allows individuals to secure decent and well-paid jobs and have the means to support themselves, thereby reducing the likelihood of them committing a criminal offense. In addition, others claim that improving the security and law enforcement schemes of countries can be a more reliable method of fighting crime. In some countries, for example, this is done by increasing police visibility and upgrading their surveillance systems. So ito naman yung university education. Ito yung first paragraph ng body. One of the main aims of university studies is to secure a better job. Most people want to improve their future career prospects, and attending university is one of the best ways to do this, as it helps people to develop the professional competencies and skills needed to give them an edge in the labor market and appeal to potential employers. In addition, as further education is very costly, especially for those whose income are just enough to get by. Most would not consider it if it would not provide them with a more secure future and higher standard of living. To these individuals, therefore, the sole purpose of going to a university is landing a profitable and highly desirable jobs. However, entering a university also offers other advantages, especially to the students and the community. Firstly, the independence of living away from home is beneficial because it helps the learners develop better social skills and improve as a person. In the university, students do not only learn how to stand on their own feet, but also meet new friends. As a result, their maturity and confidence grow, enabling them to live happier, more successful, and more fulfilling lives. Likewise, a society may benefit from the contribution that the graduates can offer to the economy. The world is evolving to become more competitive, so countries need more educated people in order to compete and prosper. So for the conclusion, summarize everything. What must be avoided in the introduction? Opinion. But is essential in the conclusion. Ulitin natin, ulitin. Bawal pang opinion. Bawal yung I. Bawal yung I'm in favor. Bawal yung personally. Bawal. Sa introduction. Pero pwede po ba sa conclusion? Nagsabing pwede, taas naman. Tama po kayo. It is highly recommended to put your opinion in the conclusion. Nakalagay, discuss both views and give your opinion. Ang reason kung ba't nakalagay yung end doon sa dulo, kasi sa dulo mo ilalagay yung opinion sa conclusion. Discuss both views, then give your opinion. That even makes this claim even better. Sa dulo ilalagay ang opinion. Sorry, nakalagay, discuss both views. Wala namang humingi na maglagay ako ng opinion or hindi. Still have to put one. Okay? Malinaw? So do not fall victim on questions na may nakalagay na discuss na. Okay ba? Huwag pong magiging victim nun. Kasi hindi ibig sabihin nun na automatically discuss both views siya. Bigyan ko kayo na example. Many people say that in order to reduce traffic, we should increase the cost of fuel. What are the disadvantages? This happens. Discuss. it's better to study at home than at school. Discuss. So yung nauna, ito po ay open-ended. Itong pangalawa, ito po ay agree-disagree. Nakita? So hindi ibig sabihin may nakita kang discuss, automatically discuss both views na po yan. Clear? Okay. So you always have to read the question and understand its context before you jump into conclusion of what type of instruction this is going to be. So ito, napaka-clear. Some people say that economic success is all it takes to achieve happiness. Others say that it is from completely different factors. Ito yung sample natin sa conclusion. Mamimili ka. Ang sabing one-sided, in summary, happiness is always based subjectively on my perspective. Having everything does not equate to genuine happiness, rather. Okay. For both, to conclude, the happiness is holistic. People who say that happiness does not have anything to do with being financially stable do not know its true value. Instead, real pleasure is all about being fulfilled in all aspects of life. So pipili ka, gusto mo ba one side, gusto mo both? Anong pinaka-safe? Choose both, no? Okay. Eating at restaurants versus eating at home. Several people enjoy home-cooked meals for health and practical reasons. Nevertheless, I'm one of those who prefer to dine in restaurants after comfort and diversity whenever the opportunity to eat is given. Mas pabor ako sa eating at restaurant. Sabi ulit. In the end. In conclusion. University education, in conclusion, although one of the primary goals of university education is to get the best job, I believe there are clearly further benefits. If people continue to promote and encourage university attendance, it will lead to a better future for both the working population and the entire nation. So, nung option ko dyan, na doon sa others believe there are much wider benefits. Hindi lang sa trabaho, may iba pang ma-achieve. Hindi lang ang tao, kundi ang buong bansa. Na reducing crime, longer prison ba? O iba pang alternative methods? Ang choice ko dito, alternative methods. In summary, there are legitimate reasons to believe that imposing longer prison sentences is the ultimate solution to criminality. However, I believe there are clearly more effective ways to deal with this problem that governments need to impose. Sabihin, bukod dun sa longer prison sentences na obviously hindi naman nag-work, dahil ganun pa rin ang crime rate, baka panahon na para maghanap tayo ng ibang methods. So what to do after? Edit your work. So ito pa yung mga sample natin sa hosting an international sporting event. So introduction, sabi dyan, there are many individuals today who hold the view that allowing a country to organize various world sports competition would allow them to gain numerous advantages. Meanwhile, other citizens are firm in the notion that such events would only bring more harm to the host nation. So unahin natin, ano ba ang mga advantages ng pag-host ng international sporting events? By permitting countries to host international sports events, they could ensure the safety and welfare of their athletes. Many studies claim that host countries' participants perform better in competition when they are in their home field. Yung home court advantage na tinatawag. This advantage not only translates to huge morale boost that contestants need to win, but also allow for economic benefit as well. Hindi lang yun, meron pang benefit economically ang pag-host ng international sporting event. Ano na? Such occasions require the host nation to spend significant amount of budget for infrastructure, logistics, and food. So gagastos yung bansa na yan para sa pagpapatayo ng mga stadium, pag-transport back and forth ng athletes, hindi lang ng bansa pero maging ng ibang competitors. Tapos, pati pagkain nila sagot ng government. As a result, anong magiging resulta? Magkakaroon ng mga trabaho. Dahil para makapagpatayo ka ng infrastructure, kailangan mo ng mga workers. Para makapag ayusin yung transport, yung lodging, at pati pagkain, kailangan mo ng mga personnel. No? And the money spent will return as sponsorships and investors appear. So dahil ito po ay worldwide event, nakikita po tayo sa buong mundo. Sabi nga ni Will, nanay, nakikita po tayo sa buong mundo, nanay. Ano po ang nasabi niya, nanay? Nakikita po tayo. Kaya po tayong viewers. So, it leads to sponsorships, and investors, sabi nila, oh, maganda pala sa Philippines. Makapagpakasyon nga doon. Punta sila. Nakuha? On the other hand, there are various disadvantages to the nation by allowing them become the primary organizers. One drawback is that sports stadiums serve as temporary infrastructure only. Even if those countries maintain them for future local use, they would require significant amount of budget allocation, which would not translate to sponsorships and investments. Pang saglitan lang kasi ito. Bigyan natin ng example. Many international arenas around the world, such as that in London, Moscow, and Brazil, have become areas of desolation. Pag sinearch mo yung mga Olympic sites nila, nung tinayo yung kanilang mga stadiums, sira-sira na, puro damo na. No? So gusto mo siyang maintain. Gusto mo siyang gamitin pa. Kaso, sobrang layo niya sa city. So dahil kailangan niya ng transport, kailangan niya ng maintenance cost para gamitin ng mga athletes mo dito sa Philippines. Hindi siya, hindi siya feasible kasi hindi naman na yan mako-convert into investment. Dahil wala nang nanonood sa'yo eh. So, papabayaan na lang nila. The massive budget used there for maintenance could have been used for a country's poverty, hunger, and housing problems. In conclusion, there are great benefits of hosting international events, but I assert that countries should prioritize the more pressing issues first. I assure that the elation brought by sports competition can be outweighed by citizens' morale if their social problems are eradicated first. Gusto nating masumaya, maging proud sa bansa natin. Hindi naman yun lang ang pwede natin gawin. Dahil yung moral boost, yung saya na dulot ng sports competition, higit na mas masaya ang bansa mo kung yung social problems tulad ng kahirapan, edukasyon at kalusugan ay masasolve mo muna. Nakuha? So I think pag ang usapan malaki ang events like Olympics, I don't think the Philippines is ready yet. Diba? So, yan na natin sa mayayaman na bansa. Mga wala na magawa sa pera. So, some people prefer to live in a house while others feel that there are more advantages living in an apartment. Sige, brainstorm natin to. Ito muna. Bago ako gumawa ng sample ko. Live. So, introduction. Siyempre, imimimik niyan yung all right, so for the introduction, it will mimic the task description, which means you are just basically going to copy the contents of your task description. So for the body, what was the first view? House. Living in a house. What approach do you want? Positive, positive, or positive, negative? Mas okay, positive, positive. Tama? Okay. What is the advantage of living in a house? Yeah, tulungan niyo ako, guys. Comfort? Ano pa? Ha? Convenience? Ano na? Freedom. Anaya ka, bahay mo yun eh. No? Maglakad ka nakahubo dyan, okay lang. Bahay mo yan eh. Gusto mo yung kulay ng floor, pink, tapos purple naman yung wall, tapos green yung ceiling, anong problema? Grabe guys, nung bago namin pa-renovate to, 2023 lang po namin pina-renovate itong branch. Tangina, pangit na to. Sino nakaabot nun? Nung bago i-renovate? Meron ba? Wala, ano? Describe ko lang ha. So pagpasok mo dyan dito sa may computer area na yan before, yung floor namin ito. Pero ano na siya, namumuti. Kasi syempre, alcohol, namamap. Yan. So namumuti na yung vinyl. Tapos meron kaming upuan na dito, na rectangle, kulay purple yon. Imagine niyo yung kulay, purple. Tapos green yung foam. Green. Green yung foam. Tapos yung main namin na table, light green. Iba pa yung green ng foam. Light green. Tapos meron kaming mamahaling muebles na galing sa nanay nung may-ari. Siyempre, mga doon kasi talaga sila madam sa Tarlac. No, sila yung mga nung araw yung mga alipin, gano'n sila yan. So, meron silang mamahaling muebles na parang pangatlong generation na. Kulay pula yung foam. Yung pinto namin, pula. As in, pulang-pulang pula. No? Tapos, pink. Kasi bading si madam yung may-ari. So, pink po lahat yan. Gusto niya pink. Kaya nga dun sa username na sa email niya, Daphne Pink. Kasi mahilig sa pink si madam. So, pink. Nakita niyo ba yung kombinasyon ng mga kulay? Meron pa pala. Yung pink na wall, hanggang dito lang siya kasi yung ganito niya layer, may paikot na brown. Ang ina, di ba? Kapag mapasok ako, may hangover ako dati, sumasakit na yung ulo ko. Totoo yun. No? So, ayan. Buti naman, binago na. 6 na taong ko tinis yun. Kaya hindi po ako pumunta doon eh. Dito lang ako lagi namatambay. Kasi kahit pa paano, neutral yung kulay. Eto, binago din yung kulay niya. So, yun. Pero kung gusto niyang glitters lahat, bahay niya yun eh. Wala tayong reklamo. Kanya yun eh. Di ba? It's yours. You can do alterations. You can add, remove something. No one's going to bat an eye. But if you don't own the house, kailangan mo munang magpaalam. Saan? Kung owner nun, magulang mo, paalam mo. Kung owner nun, landlord, papaalam mo muna. That's the disadvantage. No? So ang advantage niya, comfort and convenience, it's basically yours. You have the freedom to do whatever you want with the property. So ano ang body paragraph 2 natin? Apartment. Advantage. Convenience na naman. Hindi mo kayo nasawa sa convenience. Ano? Advantage. Cost. Magkano lang ba yung upa? Magkano lang yung upa? Sige, bigyan niyo ako idea. Magkano yung upa? 2, 5, 6. Iba-iba, ano? Pag 1K per month, malapit na sementeryo. Okay?
Malayo sa Kabiasnan.
Malayo sa Kabiasnan. So, ang cost po niya nagbabari pag medyo city area. Again, sa mga 6K, 2 bedroom, 3 bathroom, up and down. Wow, may garage, 6K per month. Pag malapit sa piggery, ayan, medyo 4K na lang, bababa ng konti. No? Yan. Depende sa lugar. Sabihin natin 6K. Gano bahay? Milyon. Tama ba? Isang buong bahay, milyon. May milyon ka ba? Wala. Di mag-apartment ka. Ganun lang. Di ba? This is something that someone can afford easily. That is what apartments offer. At hindi ka nakatali. Saan? Sa property. Bakit? Gusto mong tumira sa Dubai. Dadali mo ba yung buong bahay mo sa Dubai? Hindi mo kayang gawin yun. Ano gagawin mo? So, gamitin mo na yung advance mo dun sa apartment. Magre-rent ka ng panibago sa lugar na pupuntahan mo. Simple. That is what apartments offer. Na? Especially if your job requires you traveling from one place to another. Not to mention, yung bahay, pwede mo rin idagdag, meron yung mga property taxes that you have to settle, depende yan sa value ng house. So the more expensive the land property is, the house is, the higher property tax you have to pay. So, akala nila, wala ka nang babayaran pag may bahay ka, may tax yan, may amilyar yan. Bayaran mo rin yan, nasa 28,000 yan sa taon. So ganun po, no? Ito yung happiness. Ito yung computers. Computers are being used more and more in education. Question to. Some people say that this is a positive trend, while others argue that it is leading to negative consequences. Ito yung answer ko. Introduction: with the highly technologically advanced world today, the delivery of education has also been updated with the use of various automated tools. Many people claim that this progress provides many advantages to learners. However, others oppose this idea since they believe they only serve as distractions to students. View 1. What is the advantage of computer to learning? So let's enumerate. Let us simplify. There are many positive impacts of computer technology to education. The introductory sentence for this paragraph is very concise. One of the many benefits is the ease of knowledge acquisition through research done online. In the past, people needed to go to the library or interview individuals from far-flung areas for their studies. Now, students can do so conveniently using their gadgets. They could even watch videos of case studies and attend seminars even from the other side of the globe. In addition, teaching styles have also evolved to catch up with this trend. Instructors can give lectures remotely, especially during the pandemic when in-person attendance was limited due to the coronavirus. Technology as distraction, on the other hand, many persons believe that computer technology offers more negative effects to the learners than benefits it provides. This is due to the reason that internet contains different applications and games which could potentially serve as distractions to students. Yung iba dyan, nagzo-zoom kunwari, tapos naka-minimize, tapos nag-ML na sa background. No? Kaya si Sir Arton, nag-Minecraft. Na Sir Arton. This is due to the reason that internet contains different applications. Sa ina nga, gone were the days when learners interacted with one another to help with the group work, since they can just use their social media platforms to communicate with their classmates. Although this is very convenient today, the development of a student's character through participating in such schoolwork is stunted. Hindi natin na i-develop yun sa kanila. Concluding paragraph. In conclusion, although the use of computers at school enabled faster and more efficient delivery of lessons as well as acquisition of information, my belief is firm that educational systems must meet the balance of students' interaction through activities and convenience brought by utilizing technological gadgets. In doing so, the system of learning would become more efficient. That would lead to a better future. Ito, pinagawa ko tong assignment before sa mga students. Ginawan ko na rin siya ng sample. Ang main factors daw sa pag-affect ng development ng bata ay 3. Media, pop culture, tsaka friends. Sa kabilang side naman, sabi ng ilan, family pa rin daw ang may pinakamalaking impact sa development ng isang bata. So ipapaliwanag mo paanong nagiging factor yung pop culture, media, and friends. And then sa susunod na paragraph, paano nagiging factor naman yung family. So ito po ang aking introduction. Many individuals today claim the notion that one of the many influences in children's behavior and development include the external factors of media, pop culture, and their acquaintances. Despite this, several others believe that the primary caregivers of these young people have the greatest contribution. So ito yung body 1. At present, young ones are engaged in using their gadgets more than ever before. They use these tools to consume the latest media for entertainment and even watch game and video streamers. As a result, children now look up to these media personalities, online celebrities, and video vloggers. They even talk about them with their friends at school. Because of this factor, they tend to mimic these people, including the way they speak, sing their songs, and wear their favorite pop icons' clothes. Consequently, the young ones can pick up both the good and bad behavior of what and who they watch. On the other hand, the parents are still the greatest influence in a child's growth and development. For instance, both the father and the mother can teach the first lessons to their offspring. This can include how to deal with external influence such as social media and peers. Indeed, there could be a lot of songs, videos, and friends a child can have, but how they handle these factors rely solely on how they were taught when they were still young. This is one of the important skills that parents can impart to their young ones. In conclusion, the society is bombarded by so many distractions brought about by social media, pop culture, and friends. However, I still find myself in accord, meron akong opinion, with the notion that young ones' behavior is affected greatly by their parents It is up to them how their young ones will behave regardless of the media content. Ito, pina-assignment ko din to last September. Nung ginawa namin Discuss Both P September, ginawan ko na din siya ng sample. Hindi na kayo mahirapan gumawa ng sample. All parents want the best opportunity for their children. There are some people who think that schools should teach children specific skills, but others think that having a range of subjects is better for a child's future. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. So, many people believe that since parents want their young ones, parents want yan, walang S. So -1 ako sa grammar, sorry. To be successful, they persuade the learning institutions to teach children only the necessary skills needed for their future careers. However, other individuals still acknowledge the importance of having an array of courses for the learners to make them more well-rounded. Body paragraph 1, para sa skill. Many parents these days enroll their children to school to pick up essential knowledge and skills that will eventually become helpful for their future career choice. For these primary caregivers, the most important thing about learning is ensuring that the little ones can gain profitable and desirable job in the future. This can become successful only if the schools focus on the necessary lessons that will prepare these little ones to the next stages of their education for their employment preparations. On the other hand, many people still value that multifaceted learning style is still the best technique in today's society. For these individuals, even though certain subjects at school do not have a direct influence on their children's knowledge and skill acquisition for future job preparation, they have direct impact on the learner's behavior and development. Di man yan makakatulong sa kanilang paghahanda sa pagtatrabaho, makatulong din yan para sa kanilang behavioral tendency. To illustrate, even though physical education lessons, sabi ng mga kaklase ko nung college kami, ba't ba kailangan pa na mag-PE? Huh? Mga nurse kami, ba't kailangan pa na mag-basketball? So kami mga boys, tuwan-tuwa. Kasi basketball, game namin yan eh. Tapos, bakit kailangan pa na mag-volleyball? Hindi naman namin trip yung volleyball nun. Pero kailangan pa rin. Why? Such subject teach the young ones to have fun and coordinate with their classmates that can be helpful in future employment since teamwork is what many employers look out for these days. At hindi lang yan, syempre, physical education, it makes children move. So, form of physical exercise din siya. In conclusion, although the parents have the mindset of giving only the best for their children, my belief is firm that changing the structure of today's curriculum would not help this case. I'm certain that all the subjects have their own significance to a child's behavioral tendencies, making them more developed and adaptive as they grow up. So 8 minutes ko tong tinype with 291 words. Ito po yung pina-assignment ko last time. At yun din ang ipapa-assignment ko sa inyo ngayon. Ang dali oh. Sabi ng ilan, mas okay daw mamuhay sa city. Sabi naman ng iba, mas okay daw mabuhay sa countryside. So no opinions. Saan magbibigay ng opinion? Conclusion. Yeah. So hanap ako ng mahirap. Madali yan eh. Hindi, para sa akin, 22, 2 hours pa guys. 2 hours, kaya pa. So, ilan pa ba yung nasa Zoom natin? From 11 down to 6. Ira, and Jasmine, Karen, and Mylene. Yan. Nakikichika kayo sa laman ng aking laptop. Ismoso kayo. Yan. Ganda to. Okay, butuhan. Okay. So, we'll have a vote. Ano pa yung gagawin ko, no? Ito yung isa. In some countries, ano to? The increasing availability of low-cost airlines now lets people travel around the world. Some feel that this is positive, while others think it is a negative trend. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Ito yung isa. Sa tingin ko, ito yung boboto niyo. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in the number of oil drilling operations in remote locations around the world. This has brought economic benefits to some countries, though it has also raised concerns about the environmental impact of these operations. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Sino gustong type ko yung nauna? Gusto yung oil exploration? Kasi kung pa natin na-excite na. Sige. Dun tayo sa oil exploration. Magaling mamili itong mga to. Sa bedding tayo. Ay! Alam font. Pwede na siguro yung 24. Okay. 4. Tapos copy. Copy. Ay, fuck! Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Okay. So mga nasa Zoom, buhay pa? Uy, may nawala ng isa. May bumitaw. Iwan mo rin pala kami sa ere. Nawala yung isa. Sino ba yung nawala? Yan. 4 na lang po sila natitira sa Zoom. So, lagay ko muna yung question. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in the number of oil drilling exploration operations in remote around the world. This has brought economic benefits to some countries. So, has also raised concern about the environmental impact of these operations. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Ayan ko ng konti. Marami nga palang mga matatanda dito sa roster natin ngayon. Matatanda. Ano na mga 30 dito? 30. Saktong 30. Saktong 30. Ay, kakaedad tayo. Sino 31? Wala. 31 na ako sa Sabado.
Nasa venue.
Kaya 8 to 10 lang tayo sa Saturday. Dahil may pupunta na akong binyag. Doon ako makikihanda. Handaan niyo. Sige, announce ko yan mamaya bago tayo magtapos ng klase. Handa na ba kayo? Doon ako, minunood lang kayo eh. Lapit ko tong aking mic para maririnig ako ng mga nasa Zoom. So Zoom people, I want you to listen to me carefully as my mic is very near to where my face is right now. Kain muna ako ng isang Vicks Vapor Drops. Okay. At present, basa natin, 12:30. There is an ever increasing demand for more petrol products since the society rely mostly in this very valuable resource. As a result, countries who deliver this commodity to the world amass great wealth. And there is no doubt that this trend would die anytime soon. However, many individuals are concerned about this oil explorations apostrophe impact to the environment. So paliwanag muna natin ang kanya magiging advantage pagdating sa economy. Since oil is being used to make everyday machines function, it is essential in today's society. Many countries in Southeast Asia, like the Philippines, rely on coal, one of the many products acquired through various oil explorations, both in the Middle East and also in the ocean. Therefore, it powers the electricity utilization of such countries, including the main fuel source of the transport modes, both private and public, respectively. Therefore, it is the reason why the economic benefit of oil is visible in the countries which supply this since they are the only ones who can harbors this consumer good. This is the reason why the connectment foil is apparent in the countries which apply this, since they are the only ones who harbors this commodity. Source name. Next paragraph. On the other hand, ayan natin ng konti yung font. Many individuals are concerned with the ever growing aggressiveness to keep up with the global demand for oil. This means that many major companies worldwide want to gain profit from this venture would do steps to acquire fossil fuel easily. This means that these corporations would not stop drilling mountainous areas explore the deepest trenches just to acquire this precious commodity. The result, several locations near the source of water become contaminated due to chemicals they use to extract fuel from the ores. In addition, the transport of oil from ships also encounters accidents that lead to spillage in the ocean. These are just some of the negative environmental impact oil field explorations worldwide. In conclusion, using fossil fuel, which is not a renewable source, energy is already hazardous to the environment. I believe, in my opinion, aggressive oil explorations should be maintained by governments to control already catastrophic impacts it has to the world by searching for other alternative and environmentally friendly power source. This trend can be stopped to ensure a better future for everyone. Hey, start ako 12:30. It's 12:41, 11 minutes, I'm done. Bilangan natin kung pasok sa number of words, word counter. The last time, 421, overkill masyado. Ilan to? Check lang. Intro, 60. Sa introduction, mga 35 to 50 pwede na. $343. So, pasok po sa minimum. So, marami pa akong time para ayusin yung grammar, aking vocab, may mga ilan pa akong papalitan dyan. And that is your discussable quiz. So, may assignment na po kayo. Bigyan ko pa kayo ng isa kung nadadalian po kayo dun sa living in the countryside. Bigyan pa natin ng isa. Ayan. Ito na. Pakisulat po. Ito po yung isa nyo pang option kung gusto nyo i-challenge ang inyong sarili. If you don't want to write it down, pwede nyo i-type sa mga phones. Dali din yan. Some people prefer to spend their lives doing the same things and avoiding change. Okay, ulit. Some people prefer to spend their lives doing the same thing and avoiding change. Period. Others, comma, however, comma, think that change is always a good thing. Okay, others, comma, however, comma, think that change is always a good thing.
Discuss both views and give your opinion. Kung medyo madali pa yan, ito pa. Many believe that the goal of one's career, many believe that the goal of one's career, after brownout. Many believe that the goal of one's career should be to pursue a passion. The passion po, passion. While others feel it is merely a way to earn a livelihood. Discuss both sides and give your opinion.
Sir, it is.
Ano yan? It is merely, merely, M-E-R-E-L-Y, merely a way, isang paraan, to earn a livelihood. Yeah. Gusto ko rin gawin ito. Gawin natin. Yeah. Yeah. Baka mo, 45, 2:30 usapan natin. Okay. So sa Zoom, marami pong salamat sa inyong pagpunta. Si Ira, si Anne, si Irene, si Jasmine, si Maylin. That will be the end of our 2.5-hour discussion. Or 3. Was it 3? So goodbye.